Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. I am your host, Paisano. Tonight's album is a 1972 release by the group Uriah Heep. Not sure how many people watching this will be aware of Uriah Heep. They are considered kind of obscure. You don't hear too much about them nowadays when they talk about classic rock bands, but they had their day in the early 70s, especially, is when they kind of hit their stride. They took a lot of criticism early on because of their keyboard work by the great Ken Hensley. They were considered like the poor man's Deep Purple, I mean, two totally different bands, two totally different styles. Great rock and roll band, though. They opened for a lot of groups, and they headlined quite a bit too, especially in the UK and Europe, where they were from. They're a British rock and roll band. This is their fourth studio album. It was released in 1972, like I said. I bought it in the mid-'80s. It's obviously a reissue. It's their second album with drummer Lee Kerslake and Gary Thane on bass and slide guitar, and he was a heck of a musician. And Gary Thane, unfortunately, suffered an onstage electrocution that wasn't fatal, but he was already having a lot of drug problems, and he died in 1975 as a result of a heroin overdose, and he did suffer some serious physical damage with that electrocution on stage. A real shame, a very talented musician. David Byron, the vocalist for this band for much of its existence, especially for the glory years. He was a good vocalist and a good lyricist. He wrote some very good songs, and he had a very, very good voice. This was released on Mercury /Bronze. It was a co-release. And let's look at the track listing on this. Sunrise kicks it off. That was a show opener around this time, a good way to get things started. Spider Woman, that features the great slide work of Gary Thane on this one. Blind Eye, very good song, written by the keyboardist Ken Hensley. Echoes in the Dark, another good one by Hensley. And Rain. Rain is a good, very good example of David Byron's vocals. Very good love song, Sweet Lorraine, good rocker, kicks off side 2. Tales, another one by Hensley. And The Magician's Birthday, the title track. You'd be hard pressed to find a crazier, more psychedelic track than that one. It's a long one too, 10 minutes and 23 seconds. It's got a little bit of everything in it, including my favorite Mick Box guitar solo. He was the lead guitarist for this group, and he's still touring with a Uriah Heep, which obviously has none of the members that played on this album. But a great album, a good release for them. This was quite possibly the high point of their long career, the early 70s, 72, 73. They had a lot of good albums, and I'll be featuring some of them in future videos. Here is the vinyl itself. I don't know if you can see that, but I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it quite a bit if you're enjoying the content and our chats here on Sunday nights. And I hope you tune in again next week. Bye, YouTube.